Hello, Internet.
We're back with another Fat Electrician video, except this ain't technically the Fat Electrician, it's the Fat Files. Yeah, this is his other channel, for those who don't know. We're watching his recent one, which is about something I truly care about. Let's put the mouse away. Something that I remember growing up as a kid, good old Chuck E. Cheese. I was a 2000s kid, and man, I enjoyed Chuck E. Cheese so much when I was younger, especially with like the fact that they still had physical tickets, the physical coins, the pizza. While it wasn't that great as a kid, you don't care if you can make the most mid pizza in all existence, and as a kids they'll just enjoy it. Kids, we just didn't give a shit. We like pizza and arcade games. It was awesome. But yeah, this is Child Casino in Fight Club, which unfortunately my Chuck E. Cheese escapades weren't so action packed as that. But I still had a good time. I had birthday parties. Friends had birthday parties and shit at Chuck E. Cheese, and I remember it fondly. So at least I was never traumatized into hating it. But I saw that this was only 15 minutes. I figure why not crank out a video today? So without further ado, this is Fat Files, Chuck E. Cheese.
This is easily going to be the most unhinged video on this channel, and that's saying a lot. Today we're talking about Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, here's the deal. Normally when I talk about a business on this channel, it's because this business is thriving and they have an incredible business model.
Not
and they're
this
a genius and they're doing something incredible.
No,
they're doing something shady.
They're not doing
This is not that.
Yeah,
Chuck E. Cheese is quite literally
right
the living embodiment of an entrepreneur's fever dream where he went off into the business world, made so much money that he could then just cash out, retire. He had enough money forever, but he had so much left over on top of that that he could just start doing dumb shit with it. And that's how Chuck E. Cheese came to be. And we're going to talk about it right after a word from our sponsor.
Sponsor! Delete me!
What are you doing with my suppressed shotgun?
I put a knife on it.
Is that what she always wears? Is that her new wardrobe? A knife?
Sourdough?
You put a bayonet on a suppressor for sourdough bread.
I was about to say.
Why?
It's America.
Unfortunately, the bayonet's not going to reach too far. It is
The
America,
logic's
though.
impeccable. All right, here's the deal.
We do cool shit because America.
You
That's
give them
base.
money, they turn around and make sure the data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does that even mean? Okay, here's the entire internet and every free service on the planet inside of a nutshell. Okay, there's a saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. What that means is pretty much anything on the internet that you use, that's a service, whether that be Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of it. Okay, it's all an app. So one of two things is happening. They're either going to feed you ads, and that's how that company makes money since their service is free, or they're going to collect your personal information, then turn around and sell it to data brokers
Ads
on the
don't
internet,
seem so bad, do they?
Turn around and sell it to whoever buys it, and next thing you know, you're getting 17,000 robocalls every single day. And that's where Delete Me comes in. They will look through
I
all
will
the
be
major
honest,
data
I've been
brokers
left
and
out
find
of
the ones that are
I
selling your
don't think my
personal
information's
information
out there
and
as much
submit
because
opt-out
I
requests on your
never
behalf, and then
ever
they're
get
legally obligated to
robocalls.
comply.
It's
And then
like
they'll
once in a
continue to
blue
monitor
moon.
these data brokers, and if they
I
get your
honestly
information
might
again,
have a better
Delete Me will
chance
submit an
winning the
opt-out
lottery
request
than
again.
getting a fucking
Basically, you're paying
robocall.
Delete Me to get
But
rid of all the
still good
downsides
service.
of all of the free stuff on the internet, which I think is absolutely worth it. If you want to check them out, I'll have a link and a discount code down below. Let's get back to the video. All right, our story begins in 1977 when Chuck E. Cheese is founded by Alan Bushnell. Who's Alan Bushnell? The guy that founded Atari, basically the godfather of video games, okay? If you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'm trying to tell you, he's got a lot of money. And if you listen to him tell the story, he's got, the typical entrepreneur story where he noticed a gap in the market, he had a brilliant idea, he executed on it and made a business.
Yeah, so, I mean, video games now are lucrative, but back then, I mean, imagine being the people carving the industry by hand. I mean, surely not as lucrative as it is now, but like it was such a brand new thing. It's like you get to be the first people to really carve out the industry at the home. I mean, they made arcade machines like Pong. They also made, of course, the Atari 2600, which was extremely popular. They tried to make more Ataris, and unfortunately, Atari didn't do too well throughout the 80s and 90s, but still, they laid the groundwork for a lot of gaming today. So, it's really cool to hear. And yeah, I did hear about that before. Though I haven't seen this video, but I did hear about the fact that the guy who started Atari went on to do Chuck E. Cheese, or is like I'm not gonna try to spoil this video, but yeah, him and the Atari and Chuck E. Cheese have intertwined history.
The summary of that story is basically he, you know, founded Atari, was running this big company. They were making arcade games. They were selling them to arcades, and the arcades were making a ton of money with all the quarters that were coming in. So he's like, okay, well, obviously we should start having our own arcades. And then he had the idea of pairing it with food, and he went with pizza because it takes a while to prepare. It's kind of hard to fuck it up. You know what I mean? It's bread, sauce, cheese, and meat that's already pre-cooked. You throw it on top, throw it in the oven. So he's going to have an arcade where people come in, they order a pizza.
Like I said, pizza is one of those foods where even if it's mid, it's still good. Like a mid pizza, of course, I'd rather have the best pizza possible, right? We all do. But like a mid soup, a mid burger, like they're not great. But a mid pizza, like amongst all the foods ever, if you made them the most mid preparation possible, pizza would still top them. I'm gonna say that much. Like a mid pizza, like tops all other mid forms of food. You know what I mean? Like like he said, it's really hard to fuck up a pizza. Like to really fuck the pizza up so that it's unbearable to eat is really hard.
They're sitting there for 20, 30 minutes waiting for the pizza to get done, and they play at the arcade in the meantime.
Genius.
I know what you're thinking, fat electrician. That sounds like a pretty good business model to me. Why is it an entrepreneur's fever dream? And it's because everything after the inception of the idea is not even fathomable to anybody other than a man that's already worth tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars and does not give a single fuck about anything. So they start opening up this first Chuck E. Cheese, and it's still owned by Atari
That's
at this
so
point. And
fucking
Alan Bushnell, I'm assuming, is like, you know what? Fuck it. I want dancing robots. And they're like, okay, we'll get dancing robots. Make it a coyote. So they order a dancing robot coyote. They're going to call it Coyote's Pizza. It's going to be great. But apparently there was a mess up at the robot coyote manufacturing plant, and they sent a giant rat instead.
That's not what I asked for.
Again, Alan Bushnell with zero fucks to give is like, it's fine. We'll call it Rick Rat's Pizza instead. The rat will be the mascot. But then, you know, somebody in the boardroom at Atari is like, sir, I don't know if having the word rat and pizza in the same sentence, like when people think of food, they don't want to think about rats. Maybe that's a bad idea. And he's
that rat needs to stay on the stage, not in the kitchen.
like, okay, fine. We'll call it Chuck E. Cheese. What's the E stand for? Entertainment. That's the rat's name.
Go.
Charles Entertainment Cheese. Okay, I mean, it's still a rat, but that's better. I guess we'll run with it. Oh, and one more thing. Give him a cigar and a Jersey accent, and I want him to roast people 24/7.
No way.
Okay, I mean, who's
I did
gonna
not know.
roast? The other robots. We're doing more than just one dancing robot? Yeah, we're going to have Pasquale. He's going to be the pizza chef. We're going to have a hound dog.
Yeah, you got Chica right here, although she's I guess pampered up with some white makeup. You got this purple nurple in the middle, that's Bonnie. And these two on the there's Foxy, the one with the little weird cheese guitar. And on the far right, that's Scott Cotton, obviously. And then there's Freddy Fazbear on the far left.
That's got Confederate flags on the side of it, and then the lead singer is going to be a female hippo with giant tits that bounce up and down when she hits her high notes.
Bruh, that is jiggle physics IRL. So basically real life.
Sir, aren't you worried that sexualizing a hippo could send the wrong message? You know what? The ladies need something too. I want you to mash Cookie Monster and Grimace together in one character. He's from the planet Purple, and his name is Mr. Munch. That'll send the message. So, okay, so this is an adult establishment that you're trying to make.
I don't know why.
No, we're marketing to kids, okay? I'll slow
Munch
this
is
down
funny.
so you nitwits can keep up, okay? Parents bring their kids to a pizza place because they don't want to cook dinner. They've had a long day at work, all right? Now, they're going to come in, the kids are going to see the arcade games, they're going to go fucking nuts, and we're going to take their money. In exchange, we're going to give them our own golden tokens, and then the kids are going to go play the arcade games. The arcade games are going to spit out tickets, and then they can exchange those tickets for prizes like candies and toys. And
Actually, let me check something. Okay. That was a little jump cut. I wanted to check before I made any statement. Chuck E. Cheese does not use the coins anymore. I was thinking, like, this seems like intertwined with their business. That'd be hard for them to let go, but no. In most cases, in like pretty much everywhere, they don't use the coins no more, which is sad because being loaded to the brim with those Chuck E. Cheese coins, you felt invincible. You felt like you could be there literally all day. And you just had a little cup full of those coins, and they were weighty too. I mean, because coins weigh a bit, they're metal, and you know you really felt like you were about to have a good play day ahead of you with those coins. So Man, it's sad they got rid of those for that card. Like all the arcades have cards now. Ugh, it's cringe, man. Those cards have benefits, I'm sure, but man, I go to an arcade with like my friend a few times just to enjoy the games as adults. The two complaints I have, of course, no more coin operation, which I guess is convenient in this day and age because who even has coins? I mean, I have some in my car, but that's about it. And also, the machines are just so like generic and like lame. You know, it's like I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cooler to have like some old arcade? And I get it, like the genuine old arcade machines, like getting an actual Centipede arcade machine might be rough, and maintenance sucks because it's old, like it has old parts in it. There's like a huge amount of hurdles with having actual classic arcade machines. But what you could do is you could take those old machines, you could revamp them, or there could be a company that basically makes reproductions of those old machines. So it's still an arcade cabinet. It looks similar to the old one, but it has modern technology, so it's easier to work on. It's easier to basically maintain overall, rather than dealing with this old dusty ass system made in the 70s or 80s. So I think that it's just sad that they gravitate towards these more just mid, like most. I went to, now of course this ain't a local arcade, it's like Dave and Buster's. I went to Dave and Buster's with a friend recently, and I'm just kind of disappointed. It's just not as cool. Same thing with Stars and Strikes. There's just something about arcades now, they're just kind of lame. They have like some vintage, like of those big not LCD, LED Space Invaders things, but they're just kind of lame now. They should try to gravitate towards some more vintage stuff, but with modern reproductions. That's what I think. Maybe that could be a good business model, but we don't have to just simply only use the new stuff, and then the old stuff is never used, or try to work with the old stuff. We could just try to remake the old stuff with better tech. That's all I'm saying. It'd be cool.
Shit. Sir, you're the boss, I'll do whatever, but just so we're clear, you want to start a child casino run by an animatronic rat that's from New Jersey that's smoking a cigar. Talking shit to the other robots that are a hippopotamus with giant tits that bounce up and down, a Confederate hound dog, a pizza chef, and an alien from the planet Purple that you've named Mr. Munch.
Mr. Munch.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, my favorite character is Mr. Munch. Mr. Munch is the best.
Step 1, apply for the liquor license. Wait, we're gonna sell booze at the Child Rat Casino.
Yeah.
Fucking right we are. And that's pretty much the story of how Chuck E. Cheese came to be. And
I mean, I liked Chuck E. Cheese as a kid, but knowing the history that's upbringing like this makes me like it even more. This is funny.
You're never going to believe this. It was outrageously successful right out of the gate. Why wouldn't it be? It's perfect. It's perfect.
It is perfect
in every way. It's fucking beautiful. Okay, looking back at Chuck E. Cheese, I only have childhood memories, but like as a kid, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
As an adult, I'm pissed off that Chuck E. Cheese has changed and they got rid of all the animatronic robots and rebranded it and made it family friendly, even though it was family friendly the entire time. Chuck E. Cheese used to be awesome because looking back, my dad had it.
I think there is something cool to the idea, or what's a better way to articulate this? I think that is kind of an interesting idea for a a child-friendly establishment. Basically, take it to the absolute extreme while still being technically kid-friendly. Like you can have it, make it feel like the best way to put it, make it feel like a biker bar for kids. You know what I mean? Make kids feel like cool for going to the place. I mean, of course, Chuck E. Cheese is trying to be more broad, but like the idea I have in mind is more specific. But wouldn't that be kind of interesting? Like you push you really push it to its limits, and you don't actually go too far. But it really, like, kids want to go there because they just feel like being cool. I went to the I don't even know what the fuck it'd be called, but like just imagine a Chuck E. Cheese, but it's like it has biker bar aesthetics, but it's still kid friendly in a way. And it makes the kids feel badass for going there.
There was a restaurant in town where my dad could take me as a child with my two sisters and give mom some time off at the house to relax, and he's being a good dad by taking the kids off her hands. And we go to Chuck E. Cheese. He hands me a $20 bill so I can go buy poker.
Bro, and here's the thing, $20 back then. I mean, in my day, that was a lot of money. In the 2000s, 2010s, $20 could go far. But he's old. Fat Electrician's much older than me. No offense to him, but $20 you could probably go even farther in his day.
Chips at a rat casino and fuck off for 2 hours while he sits there eating pizza, drinking a pitcher of beer with his buddies, and watching animatronic hippo tits bounce up and down. And he's a good dad for it?
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
This
Meanwhile,
is the
I'm sitting here in
American
2025,
dream.
It's a struggle to find a McDonald's that's got a fucking McPlay place, and even
Who needs Moo Dang when you can watch an animatronic hippo's tits bounce around? I'm telling you, that's where it all started in Chuck E. Cheese with the jiggle physics from a non-real human character.
if I go there, I can't get shit-faced with my buddies. This is bullshit and I'm jealous. Sorry, I need to make this slightly educational. So that started in 1977. It was
Wow.
outrageously successful
Yeah.
right out of the gate. And pretty much immediately they had this business guy come to him and he wanted to have 200 franchises all across America because obviously it's the
Yeah.
best business model ever. I mean, the pizza doesn't even have to be good. It's drunk dads and a bunch of kids that are overstimulated from playing in an arcade. The two demographics of people that'll eat literally fucking anything. The
Yeah.
same year that that business guy signed up to have 200 franchises, he basically tried to back out of it and was like, you know what, counteroffer, I'm just gonna steal your entire business model of dancing robots and a pizza place that sells beer with an arcade, and I'm gonna
What a
open my
thief!
own thing. I'm gonna call it Showbiz.
Showbiz, that's where
A
that
huge
came
legal
from.
battle ensued. Chuck E. Cheese ended up suing the guy, and he had to give like royalties back to Chuck E. Cheese. So now they've got a direct competitor, but things are still going okay. But then in
Showbiz.
1983, the arcade market crashes because
In 1983, a new competitor emerges. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
at-home games come out and people don't need to go to an arcade anymore to play video games, and arcade sales drop 97% in a single
Damn.
year. A year later, Chuck E. Cheese has to file for bankruptcy, and for some reason or another, Showtime actually ended up
Showbiz.
performing better
Showtime.
than Chuck E. Cheese did and ends
Eventually.
up buying out Chuck E. Cheese, so
Yeah.
now Showbiz owns Chuck E. Cheese.
But they
Around
still
the same
keep the
time,
name.
the Showbiz animatronic guy, the dude that made all the music and all the bullshit for their robots, wasn't going to re-up his lease, and he owned the music, so they were stuck in this situation where they had just bought out Chuck E. Cheese, but now they don't have the rights to use any of the music for any of their animatronics. So Showtime is just like, fuck it, we're just going to rebrand everything to Chuck E. Cheese, and the rat stays.
The rat stays.
I'm not going
And that pretty
nowhere.
much brings us to the Chuck E. Cheese that most of us remember. And historically speaking, things went okay. There were some downsides because you know what could possibly go wrong if you're serving parents alcohol while their kids are gambling in a rat casino. Okay, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, I'll explain it to you this way.
Time for your local MMA brawl. At the local Chuck E. Cheese, the kids are the spectators as the parents duke it out.
The most likely place you are to get in a fist fight is at a bar with people consuming alcohol. The only way to make that, I don't know, 1,000 times worse is to encourage people to bring their kids to the bar so that when the kids get in a fight, the parents who are hardwired to defend and side with their children, no matter what, rush to resolve the issue between the children while they're drunk. The other parents come in, also drunk. They both side with their own kids, and then mom and dad get in a fight with the other mom and dad.
Fight,
Hey,
fight,
you think
fight,
Waffle
fight.
House is bad? Chuck E. Cheese has
I actually have a friend that does work at Chuck E. Cheese, and he says some wild shit goes down still. Like, I just think that being an employee at Chuck E. Cheese at one point sounds like hell because you're dealing with kids making messes all the time, and they're loud, and it's like, if you can't tolerate kids, you're going to want to blow your brains out. But those have to be like the solid moments. I mean, of course you have to call like the cops and everything as the employee, but like you get like when you're going on break and maybe you're having a slice of pizza, you just get to watch this all-out brawl unfold. And it's like you're on break. What do you got to deal with it, huh?
some beat, I guarantee it. You can literally look up on YouTube Chuck E.
Yep.
Cheese fight. There is a playlist with 96 videos in it, okay? And that's
Playlist.
just the
I
ones
need
we
to
caught on
watch
camera.
that.
Literally
World
parents
Star.
holding cameras, watching other parents fight with kids running
Throw a
around
punch.
while the parents are yelling World Star.
World Star!
Very nice.
A single Chuck E. Cheese in Milwaukee in 2015 had to call the police 147 times every other day. Obviously, this
Wow.
leads to a ton of Chuck E. Cheeses all over the country losing their liquor licenses, and that impacts profit margins, so that's not good. Oh, and then
Damn.
I think Chuck E. Cheese might have accidentally created furries.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Because, you know,
the
who could have
hippo.
predicted that showing young adolescent children a giant animatronic hippo bouncing her tits up and down could have led to some weird sexual fetishes?
Look at us. Who
What?
would've thought?
Not me.
The kids grow up seeing that. They
not
want to
into
work at
that.
Chuck E. Cheese when they're in their teenage years. Then they get to be the mascot, and then things just spiral from there. And that's not just me hypothesizing. The fucking founder, Alan Bushnell, literally said it.
You can't imagine the weird things that people do from inside of a Chuck E. Cheese costume.
Yep.
The other thing that you don't know is the weird things that employees do in the Chuck E. Cheese changing room closet.
Oh,
Locked
my.
door, small space, anyway.
Wow.
I feel I may have entirely misunderstood him. Is it too much to think that he might have done this all for me?
This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
So other
Wow. Just wow.
than that, business was great. And then they got accused of recycling pizza because, you know, the pizza from Chuck E. Cheese is not that great. They're serving it to drunk parents and small
Yeah.
children. Nobody cares what it looks like. Well, people started getting these like lopsided pizzas where it didn't even look like it was cut from the same pie. So people started
Reserved.
thinking that they were just
Uh-oh.
taking old slices that people didn't eat.
Yeah, that's nasty. I mean, if I was at a party and like I show like let's say you show up late and the pizza's been mostly eaten and it's been sitting out for like an hour or two and you just have some like leftover the pizza from like the main thing. Like you get there late. That's not too bad, but yeah, just you don't know where that comes from. That sucks. I would not like that, even drunk.
And throwing them all together into one like monstrosity pie and bringing it out as a new pizza, which allegedly wasn't true, but a lot of people thought it was, so that led to a downturn in business. And then COVID hit, which was obviously a disaster for Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese, but they needed
Huge
to find a way to
disaster.
stay in business, and that's exactly what they did in the sketchiest way possible.
What
As I'm
was
sure you
that?
can imagine if you lived through it, food delivery services were basically like born and thrived under COVID. DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, all that bullshit. So
Well, I mean, I know he's exaggerating, but I remember using DoorDash even before COVID. But it was kind of like still newish novel thing. But yeah, post COVID, it's like it just exploded. During and after COVID, it exploded.
Chuck E. Cheese started offering their pizza to get delivered to your house, but nobody on the planet would ever order a pizza from Chuck E.
Yeah.
Cheese to get delivered to the
Nobody
house.
wants
It
that
breaks
shit.
the entire business model. It's not good pizza. Nobody wants that
Mid.
shit. So they're like, okay, what's the problem? Everybody knows our pizza sucks. We're just going to come up with a different name. We're going to have all these food delivery services list our restaurant as Pasquale's Pizza. You know, the animatronic pizza chef. It's Pasquale's Pizza. So people started ordering from
Clever.
Pasquale's Pizza. Sounds Italian, probably local, want to support local business.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be great pizza.
Support
And then they were
Pasquale.
getting Chuck E. Cheese pizza delivered to their fucking house.
Guess who just ordered from your favorite pizza place?
Here's my opinion. Even Chuck E. Cheese, if the pizza is dirt cheap, even if it's mid, that's not bad. Like I said, pizza, even mid pizza is still pretty good. I mean, of course, you want, like, if you're going for, like, what's the best pizza, it's going to be some local place near where you live that actually cares. But, like, mid pizza, like I said, it's hard to fuck up pizza. So I wouldn't mind Chuck E. Cheese pizza. But if that shit is, like, $20, hell no. I'm going to be paying for, like, a Papa John's or Marco's at that point. Screw that.
Alfredo.
Wait, Alfredo's Pizza Cafe? Or Pizza by Alfredo?
Same thing.
No,
No, it's not.
You know what? I don't
No, it's not,
understand when you all
Michael.
talk at the same time.
Is that unethical? Yes. Is that exactly the type of business move I would expect from Charles E. Cheese, the cigarette smoker?
I mean, the tough shit. Maybe you should research it a little more. It's like, it's not that unethical. They just it's not that bad. It's Pasquale's Pizza. Pasquale's a character. Chuck E. You should know this stuff, consumers. You should know this stuff.
Smoking rat with a New Jersey accent that runs the local child casino. Absolutely. So they got busted for that. Since then, post-COVID, they've rebranded. They've got a horrible new logo like every other
Looks like
company. It's
ass.
minimalist. It looks like it's off word
Ass.
clip art. They've
That
also
looks like
taken out
shit.
all the animatronics because apparently the kids don't like animatronics anymore. Okay, they've ruined Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, every Chuck E. Cheese should have been turned into a national park and bought by the
Yeah.
U.S. government and preserved
I mean,
for
goddamn
mankind.
it, at least
Okay,
keep
I'm
a
pissed. I don't give
few.
a shit if the kids don't like animatronics.
One in the east, one in the
Fuck them
west.
kids. Chuck E. Cheese was for me, the adult. Okay, I got cheated out of it in my adulthood. Had it in my childhood. childhood, I wanted in my adulthood too. Oh, fat electrician just wants to get in a fist fight at Chuck E. Cheese. Yes, absolutely, I fucking do. Okay, nothing would make me happier
Fight for the
than
Chuck E.
knowing on my
Cheese.
deathbed that I'm gonna pass away soon, and my sons are gonna be at my funeral after putting me in the ground, drinking a beer together, reminiscing on all the memories they had with me, and one of them is gonna look at the other and go, "You remember that time Dad got in a fight at Chuck E. Cheese when so-and-so tried to steal your tickets?" Fuck yeah, I do. That would be awesome. That's a core memory that everybody should have. Okay, that's it. There's no point to this video. There's nothing to be learned. It's not a brilliant business model. It's just, I wanted Chuck E. Cheese to exist. I was mad that it didn't. I looked into it and realized that it was fucking crazy that it ever existed. It's literally a fever dream by some dude that had fuck you money and made a childhood rat casino, literally adolescent Las Vegas, where the parents could get drunk and get in fistfights, okay? Unpopular opinion, I think Chuck E. Cheese needs to quit trying to be a family-friendly establishment. They need to start reopening.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese, you're not going to beat Coco Melon or any of that other slop. You're not going to beat that. Like I said earlier, make a place that's still, you know, family friendly. You can't actually go over the line, but have it feel like a biker bar for kids. Like, make kids feel badass for going there. Like, I went to Chuck E. Cheese. That's some hard shit. And of course, kids aren't going to say that, but they in their own way, they would say that, you know. I just think that's a way smarter business model, and that's what's actually going to get kids to plead for their parents to take them to Chuck E. Cheese, not a Fortnite looking ass store.
Chuck E. Cheese's with all the animatronic robots, complete throwback to the 80s and 90s, and they need to open them up in states that have mutual combat laws. Okay, mutual combat laws are incredible. It's literally, if you bump into a guy at the bar and say, "Hey, do you want to take this outside?" and you guys go outside and beat the hell out of each other, nobody has any legal repercussions because you were both consenting to that fight.
Like
open up Chuck E. Cheese's in all of these states that have mutual combat laws and install an MMA ring in it as well. Okay?
Solve this in the ring side of the store.
Las Vegas every day of the week, it'd be incredible.
Solve this on the other side of this establishment.
As the local Chuck E. Cheese heavyweight champion, it'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be so.
I sound like a crazy person. I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Best way to support the channel is go buy some merch over at thefatelectrician.com. Quack bang out.
W video.
The more history I study, the more I come to realize that the 1990s were the peak of human civilization. We will never be that great. Never again.
I disagree. 2000s were a bit better, even if it was a bit more bleak because of, you know, 9/11 and stuff. But great video by him. I just wanted to show y'all something here. Like, yeah, look at that. Look at that shit right there. That cup. Look at all those coins. Like, this is like a moderate amount. You can have even more than that. I don't know what the thing on the right is. Somebody's gonna yell at me for not knowing that. But the thing on the left, that is, oh, that's you were gonna have a good fucking day if you had a cup with all that shit in it. And then, this is what he looked like when I was young. I remember commercials, like the animated commercials with him bouncing around. Like, this is like Skater Bro, Chucky. But yeah, this was his peak design. This was his peak design. He actually looks cool. Like, the new design, he looks like some little Fortnite broccoli haircut looking kid. He just looks terrible in his new design. Like, let's go find his new design. Yeah, look at this. 2012, he just looks like a Fortnite character. This was before Fortnite. That's the even crazier part. They predicted it. But he just doesn't look as cool. The one from 1994, that stayed until 2012. Yeah, the one in the middle, I mean, the one on the left, that's, I guess, when it just opened. But the one in the middle, that is peak right there. Anyways, it's been a great reaction video, a great video by Fat Electrician under the Fat Files. I'll see y'all later. Have a lovely day. Please like and subscribe for more lemonade.